This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 4th of March in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Now here's what we're tracking tonight. The government of Guyana has formally dispatched a letter of protest to the government of Venezuela following the incursion by the Venezuelan Coast Guard in Guyana's waters last Saturday. In the letter, the government said it reminded Venezuela that all the activities which the government of Guyana has authorized to be undertaken in its exclusive economic zone are entirely within the maritime areas pertinent to the sovereign coastal territory of Guyana, as defined by the arbitral award of 1899, which established the frontier between British Guyana and Venezuela. Further, it said, consistent with well-established principles of international law in respect of the maritime area, Guyana enjoys sovereignty up to 12 nautical miles in the territorial sea and sovereign rights beyond 12 nautical miles in the exclusive economic zone and the continental shelf. The Guyana government said the latest action by Caracas has done nothing but pose a threat to the peace, good order, and security of the sovereign territory of Guyana and the stability of Latin America and the Caribbean. The government of Guyana made it clear that Guyana views the maneuver by Venezuela as highly provocative and is concerned by the persistence of the government of Venezuela in encroaching on Guyana's land and maritime space territory. The government said it also reminded the government of Venezuela of its international obligations under general international law, the UN Charter, and the order issued by the International Court of Justice on the 1st of December 2023. That order stated that pending a final decision in the case, the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela shall refrain from taking any action which would modify the situation that currently prevails in the territory in dispute, whereby Guyana administers and exercises control over the area. Additionally, the order stated that both parties shall refrain from any action which might aggravate or extend the dispute before the court or make it more difficult to resolve. The Guyana government said, as the only state entitled to administer and exercise control over the Essequibo region, Guyana enjoys the right to administer and exercise control over the adjacent maritime areas. It noted that the aggressive behavior by Venezuela's naval warship last Saturday violates the court's prohibition on engaging in any action which might aggravate or extend the dispute. The Guyana government said it is concerned that the latest actions by Venezuela represents an escalation of the tensions that Venezuela has created by first publicly announcing that it will hold election in Guyana's sovereign territory for a governor of Guyana's Essequibo region in May. According to the government, such hostile acts are inconsistent with the obligation of the parties to respect each other's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence, and to resolve disputes by peaceful means, and thus can only be viewed as a threat to the peace, security, and stability of the Latin America and Caribbean region. The Guianan government also noted that in recent times, Venezuela has resorted to a series of aggressive actions in the Guyana-Venezuela border region. The statement from the government of Guyana said it has always employed a diplomacy of peace and abided by the principles of the UN Charter and the rule of international law, and will not, however, countenance the annexation, seizure, or occupation of any part of Guyana's sovereign territory or threat thereof, nor will Guyana accept any threats to Guyana's licensees operating lawfully in the waters adjacent to the Essequibo region. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said Guyana will continue to update the international community on developments in the matter. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Citizens, please be reminded that the Ministry of Housing and Water does not sell land or housing units through any third-party arrangements or accept payments through any mobile money platforms. All our allocations are done at our Brickdam Georgetown Lane office, any of our regional offices, or at any scheduled Dream Realized event. A message from the Ministry of Housing and Water, Central Housing and Planning Authority.
Mobil Delvac Heavy Duty Lubricants. With more than 90 years of experience and innovation, Mobil Delvac is a recognized leader in advanced heavy duty lubricants. Discover how the state-of-the-art Mobil Delvac technology can help protect and extend the life of your diesel engines. Mobil Delvac, the trusted brand for many successful businesses. Protect your fleet and keep your vehicles on the road and out of the shop. Helped by Mobil Motor Oils. Distributed by Sol Guyana Inc.
Welcome back. Several persons caught mining illegally within the Iwokrama protected area have been arrested and will face charges. The Iwokrama Conservation Center announced today that a number of illegal miners were caught during an operation that was conducted by the Guyana Georgian Mines Commission, along with the police force and with support from the Ministry of Natural Resources. A Brazilian national with ties to a nearby village was among those arrested. Two other Guyanese were arrested along with him at one illegal mining site. Iwokrama said over the past years, it has been besieged by illegal gold mining in the Siparuni area and has sent stern warnings that such intrusions will be forcefully addressed. According to the Conservation Center, several enforcement activities led by the government regulatory agencies have been undertaken to curb the illegal mining activities, which saw a total of 14 persons being arrested last year. Community leaders associated with Iwokrama have also strongly condemned resident community persons' involvement in the illegal gold mining within Iwokrama, and they signed on to a joint communique in October of last year. Under that agreement, the two sides committed to work together on a comprehensive monitoring program that will include communication and reporting mechanisms among each other and reporting on any suspicious activities in and around their communities and the Iwokrama forests. According to the statement from Iwokrama, its forests remain important to the livelihoods of the communities of Regions 8, 9, and 2. And the national reputation of Guyana as a country known for its biodiversity conservation initiatives. Now let's tell you that international luxury hotel company Blazon Hotels has announced its decision to construct a new sustainable luxury hotel in Georgetown as part of its international expansion. Blazon Hotels is a luxury hospitality brand managing an exclusive portfolio of hotels across Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and India. The Guyana project will form part of a partnership between the hotel and Canadian construction company Enzo Innovations. In a statement, the hotel company said the Guyana project is being supported by the Caribbean Marketing Enterprises Incorporated, and it will utilize cross-laminated timber technology, which is a revolutionary construction material sourced from responsibly managed Canadian forests for the construction. Blazon Hotels, under the umbrella of Smart Hospitality Solutions, is renowned for its innovative approach to luxury hospitality, blending timeless sophistication with cutting-edge sustainability practices. The project promises to set new standards for sustainable luxury in the region. The hotel is expected to combine world-class architectural design with a commitment to environmental stewardship. It is expected to meet the needs of global leaders, business executives, and discerning travelers, the hotel said in a statement. The company said the move to construct a hotel in Guyana signals a pivotal step in establishing Georgetown as a hub for sustainable and world-class hospitality, positioning the city as a preferred destination for global business and leisure. Health matters to report now. The Ministry of Health's electronic health record system is set to roll out later this month. And according to a release from the Department of Public Information, the initiative is expected to pave the way for medical professionals to store and manage patients' data more efficiently. The initiative forms part of the government's plan to leverage technology to digitize medical records. The Ministry of Health contracted UK-based company RioMed Limited at a cost of $3.3 million to design, supply, and install the electronic records system. During his recent Republic Anniversary address, President Irfaan Ali said Guyana will take a giant leap forward with the implementation of electronic health records this month, explaining that it will modernize patient care and ensure seamless access to medical history. The Ministry of Health has explained the electronic health record system is a comprehensive collection of patients' health history within the healthcare system. Earlier this month, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony revealed that Phase 1 of the project will begin at the Georgetown Public Hospital and its satellite clinics. After successful implementation, the system will extend to other health institutions across the country. The government has said it will continue to prioritize the development of the healthcare sector. This year, a total of 6 new hospitals are expected to open their doors, and that will add to the more than 25 health centers and health posts that have been opened in the past 3 years. The Electronic Health Records Initiative is part of a $97 million Inter-American Development Bank funded project. The government has already enacted a data protection law guaranteeing proper patient confidentiality, the Department of Public Information said.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Ready to up your game? Ready to up your game? Win big with over 60 epic prizes. A brand new PS5, Nintendo Switch, iPhone 16 Pro Max, Apple smartwatch, and the hottest earbuds from Apple and Samsung. Plus, we are giving away thousands in phone credit and a whole year supply of Buster or Turbo Energy drink. Here's how. Buy any Buster or Turbo Energy drink, find the code starting with BB and enter online or on WhatsApp. Visit us on Facebook or Instagram at Turbo_Caribbean or Buster Guyana for all the details. Don't just play. Up your game with Buster and Turbo Energy.
Still with health matters to report, as Guyana joined the rest of the world today in observing World Obesity Day, the Ministry of Health reported an increase in cases of obesity affecting both adults and children in Guyana. The ministry's revelation comes as it raises more awareness about the increasing prevalence of obesity and the impact on public health. According to the ministry, obesity has emerged as a significant concern in Guyana, with rates steadily increasing among adults and children. It quoted statistics from the World Obesity Federation, which noted that by 2025, the obesity prevalence is projected to reach 20.2% for men and 35.5% for women, while 15.7% of children ages 5 to 19 will be affected. The ministry said the dietary landscape in Guyana has undergone significant shifts, contributing to the obesity crisis. The rise of fast food restaurants and increasing availability of processed, high-calorie foods have led to higher rates of unhealthy eating. Many of these foods are loaded with unhealthy fats, sugars, and sodium, major contributors to weight gain and obesity-related diseases, the ministry said. The ministry also said with the threats posed by obesity and non-communicable diseases, the government of Guyana remains committed to tackling the crisis through policy interventions, public education, and improved health services. It explained that non-communicable diseases, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and hypertension, remain the leading causes of death in Guyana. The ministry also said because of the recent rise in obesity, several initiatives have been implemented to reduce the numbers. Among the measures, the Health Ministry said is a nationwide educational program and a campaign to promote healthy eating habits and active lifestyles. The ministry also said the government will be working alongside schools, workplaces, and civil society organizations to foster a culture of wellness and healthy living, as well as launch special programs and workshops for kitchen and administrative staff in residential facilities to ensure children receive nutritious, balanced meals, among other measures. Financial news to report now. The Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry Limited, GBTI, has announced that it has recorded after-tax profits of $4 billion for last year, which represents a 31% increase over the 2023 figures. In a statement, the bank's chairman, Senior Counsel Robin Stobie, said GBTI's sustainable growth is a testament to the bank's unwavering focus on financial strength, digital transformation, and customer-centric banking solutions. He said as Guyana's economy continues to expand, GBTI remains committed to empowering individuals and businesses through innovative financial services. The bank has recorded total assets of $249 billion, which represents a 24% increase in growth. GBTI credits its 2024 success to a strategic push towards digital banking and innovation, aligning with Guyana's rapid economic expansion. The bank also said it introduced new digital banking solutions, enhanced customer experience, and financial accessibility. It also reported that investments in AI-driven banking, cybersecurity, and mobile banking innovations have further strengthened its leadership in the financial sector. The bank's chairman said digital transformation is not just a strategy, but represents part of GBTI's commitment to ensuring seamless, efficient, and secure banking for its customers. GBTI has also indicated that as part of its long-term vision, it continues to uphold strong corporate governance, risk management, and ethical banking practices. The bank says it has reinforced its governance framework with comprehensive risk management policies, ensuring financial stability and resilience amid a rapidly evolving financial landscape. Its vision for next year is to solidify the bank's position as a leader in the financial sector through continued innovation, strong governance, and sustainable banking practices. On the police blotter, police investigators from the Criminal Investigations Department of the Police Force are probing a break-in at the Central Housing and Planning Authority's annex on Crowell Street here in Georgetown. While detectives said nothing was reported missing or stolen, they have launched a search for the suspect, who was captured entering and exiting the compound early on Monday morning, just after midnight. Investigators were called to the facility on Monday morning after a cleaner who reported for duty at around 7 a.m. discovered an open door to one of the offices. The office was found ransacked, and the cleaner said she immediately alerted an office assistant who was also on duty. The police in its statement said a review of CCTV footage showed a man of African descent riding a bicycle when he stopped to the front of the building earlier on Monday morning and entered the compound. It was just after midnight, and the man was not noticed by security personnel who were on duty. Less than 30 minutes after entering the compound, the police said the suspect was seen mounting his bicycle with a black haversack and a white box and proceeded north on United Nations Place, then east on Crowell Street, making good his escape. Investigators reported that checks were made around the building, and it was observed that one of the casement windows in the IT room on the middle flat was opened, but there were no signs of a break-in. A number of persons, including the security personnel from Elite Security Services, were questioned as the investigations continue. In a separate statement today, the Housing Ministry said its staff conducted thorough checks, and the public can be assured that all records and files have been accounted for. The Housing Ministry has been facing some controversy in recent weeks over the allocation of prime commercial lands in Ogle to close associates of government officials. The CEO of the Central Housing and Planning Authority, Sherwin Greaves, resigned suddenly from his top job after records revealed that he had purchased high-priced properties in New York that were linked to a company that benefited from one of the big commercial land allocations at Ogle. The former CEO has said that there was no wrongdoing on his part. A taxi driver from Bagatstang on the east bank of the Marara is facing serious drug trafficking charges after he was nabbed by police on Monday at the Eugene F. Correa International Airport at Ogle with a quantity of marijuana in his possession. The driver, 27-year-old Dequan Charles, was at the JAGS hangar at the airport with a number of packages in his possession. The packages, which included dog food bags, biscuit boxes, and Ziploc bags, were found with marijuana seeds, stems, and leaves stashed in them. The man was taken into custody and told of the drug trafficking offense. He told investigators that he was given the packages by someone else and instructed to have them shipped to Camarang. The police said the marijuana weighed over 2.9 pounds. The investigations are ongoing.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guy is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyana's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guy Oil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. A truck traveling on a highway in southern Bolivia collided with a bus early on Monday morning, forcing the bus off the road and killing at least 31 people, police said. Speaking to reporters, a spokesperson for the police confirmed the death toll, which he said included both men and women. As ambulances and emergency vehicles arrived at the scene of the accident, another 22 people suffered injuries. The driver of the truck has been arrested, police added, while the cause of the accident is under investigation. The crash comes just days after more than 36 people were killed in the same region after two buses collided. The Jamaican government is being urged to seek a waiver to shield itself from the United States' recent visa restrictions policy targeting officials from countries that engage Cuban healthcare workers. Jamaica has to exercise its diplomatic efforts to allow for granting of waivers, declared Curtis Ward, former ambassador of Jamaica to the United Nations, with special responsibility for Security Council affairs. Ward noted that efforts should also be made by CARICOM to approach this policy as a unified group. Last week, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced an expansion of the U.S. visa restriction policy to include foreign government officials and their families, whose countries are involved in Cuba's Overseas Medical Mission program. Rubio, who's Cuban American, described Cuba's overseas medical missions as an oppressive program that enriches Cuba's government and deprives ordinary Cubans of optimum health care. And finally tonight, international news. U.S. President Donald Trump's new 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada took effect on Tuesday, along with a doubling of duties on Chinese goods to 20%, sparking trade wars that could slam economic growth and lift prices for Americans still smarting from years of high inflation. The tariff actions, which could upend nearly $2.2 trillion in annual U.S. trade with its top three trading partners, went live at 12:01 a.m. Trump declared that all three countries had failed to do enough to stem the flow of illegal drugs. China responded immediately, announcing additional tariffs of 10 to 15% on certain U.S. imports from March 10, and a series of new export restrictions for designated U.S. entities. Later, it said it had raised complaints about the new measures with the World Trade Organization. Canada and Mexico, which have enjoyed a virtually tariff-free trading relationship with the U.S. for 3 decades, were poised to immediately retaliate. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.